Salutation Muzanzi, welcome back to Kickback Review with your girl Lolo, the chicken dust, the fire girl, the hottest chick in Muzanzi. What a day in South Africa or in African football with VAR, of course, being in African football right now. It is definitely creating controversial moments that disallows many goals in the CAF Champions League games between Mamelodi Sundowns and Al Ahly. And then at 6 o'clock, Orlando Pirates against Pyramid FC, which is number one on their league, right? There were two beautiful goals by Pyramids FC that were disallowed because the VAR, video assistant referee, actually assisted the referee to make the decisions, to validate them, and actually then the results were to disallow both goals, which now brings us to Orlando Pirates being the home team 0 and Pyramids FC 0. So they're going to meet in at the Pyramids FC Stadium soon, I think next week Friday, and it is going to be a tough game because they are both fighting to be in the CAF Champions League. On other news, we have Kaiser Chiefs that played 90 minutes plus 5 at a time at Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, and it is nil Kaiser Chiefs, nil Chippa United FC. Well, I honestly believe that both teams did not apply themselves technically, and there was no team that was showing hunger and starvation to score. I mean, Nazruddin Nabi is not consistent when it comes to our starting 11. There's always a change, and we understand from a coaching perspective. But if there is a starting 11 that's able to beat Mamelodi Sundowns, why change it? Why change it? Anyways, what formation did Nabi play with today? Guys, I don't even know that whether the formation is important because also we can't blame the coach. You need to blame the players because I feel like the coach has done a sophisticating and phenomenal job. However, we're just not scoring. I don't know if there is a Red Sea that needs Jesus Christ to separate it so that Kaiser Chiefs players can pass through and be liberated from the starvation of cups, from the starvation of being not in the top three in the Betway Premiership League. We need Jesus Christ to liberate us from this hunger. He needs to liberate us from this slavery in this league. So let's see what Nasruddin Nabi did today, which players he used to ensure that Kaiser Chiefs comes home with 3 crucial points. Okay. So Nasruddin Nabi used today. He started with a formation of 2-3-1, right? Yeah, I think it's the 4-2-3-1 formation. And I thought Duba is going to be the mobile striker, but instead he put Morris. And I believe that Morris does not have the speed and the aggression that Duba has. So Duba has to run from the midfield to come and run into the box. And Morris was not putting pressure on Nwabali, the goalkeeper of Chippa United. And so at the back, we have the four Solomons as a right back, and then we had Zeta Kunika as the right center back. Then we have Dove as the left center back, paired with Cross. And I think Dove was not himself today. I don't know what's going on with him because he likes heading, but some of these headers were just off and he wasn't himself. And he was also injured. He's coming from an injury. So in the middle, then the defensive midfielders, we had Matt paired with Tabotele. And Matt, honestly, he's got this tendency of passing the ball backwards, even when we're attacking. I don't know. Maybe he does not have options, but anyways. And then we had Duba as the right winger in the attacking midfielder's position. And then we had Serino in the middle who received a yellow card, which means he's going to miss the next game against Marumo Gallants next week. And then we had Ule Modi also who received a yellow card. Oh my goodness. We really, really not, we can't afford to have yellow cards and having crucial or important, imperative, prominent players like Sereno missing the games because we need him in both the derbies. at the final, yeah, Nedbank, and as well as the Soweto Derby against Orlando Pirates. So then we had Tarish Morris as the mobile striker. And I believe that he could do better. I mean, he's coming from an injury. However, guys, you need to apply yourselves. Kaiser Chiefs players need to be hungry to win, okay? Otherwise, we're not going to win the Soweto Derby and we're not going to win the final, the Nedbank final against Orlando Pirates. So that is it from me. 0 Kaiser Chiefs, 0 Chippa United FC.